Hi, Scott Beardsley with TubularFitness.com. I'm going to talk with you today about something called complex training. Complex training is showing itself to be a superior way to develop muscular power. Now, power is force times speed. So whereas muscular strength is just exhibiting a great deal of force against a very high resistance, muscular power is exhibiting maybe slightly less force against slightly less resistance, but doing it much more quickly. So in order to develop this power and being able to do a more powerful set of power exercises to develop that power, in complex training they precede the power move with a strength move. So this is called supersetting, where you do one set for a muscle group and then you immediately, or with a certain amount of time afterwards, you do another set for that same muscle group and you work it a little bit differently. Now, supersetting has been used in the gym to develop strength for quite a while, and what they might do, say, to develop the pectoral muscles of the chest would be to be working out with a barbell, do a bench press, you're working out with a resistance that you can't do more than 8 repetitions of. 4 to 8 repetitions shows to be about the ideal for this. And then after doing the bench press with the barbell, then do dumbbell flies, chest flies. So you're doing one set after another. You're working the same muscle group to develop strength, but working the muscle in a slightly different way. Now, for the complex training, you're doing a strength move and then a power move. So for the pectoral muscles of the chest, you would do the same barbell portion of the workout, but the second set would then, for a power move, be to go down to the floor and do thrusting push-ups, where some of these could also be called clapping push-ups, where you push up with enough force that you actually launch yourself up off the ground. While you're in the ground, clap your hands, land on your hands, come back down, do another push-up, launch up off the floor, clap your hands, come back down, do a number of those to develop this power in your muscles. So this potential that's built up when you do the strength portion is called post-activation potentiation. And that just means that your central nervous system, in order to produce that strength move, that forceful move, calls into play all of the muscle fibers at once. Most importantly, your type 2B, or the fastest of the fast twitch muscle fibers, and these are the fibers that are most important for producing a strength force movement or a power force movement. So you're developing a potential in your muscles to do a more powerful movement than if you just walked into the gym and warmed up and just started doing sets of power moves and saved your strength moves for another day. Now, another way of doing a strength move would be an isometric, otherwise known as a static contraction. I have another video that talks about this in more detail, but basically, especially good with resistance tubes, you get at a distance away from your anchor that you can almost lock up, in the example of the chest press, almost lock up at the elbow joint, but not quite. You're pushing with all the force that you can exert, but there's no movement taking place. Some feel that just right at that position, you work the entire range of fiber contraction for the whole range of motion. I go ahead and I train that you would then step out even further, do another isometric contraction in the middle of the range of the motion, and then do another one at the beginning of the range of motion. And then for the power portion of it, do pulsing, powerful moves that you follow up to do that set of power movements. You need to be in a fair amount of fitness and have a fair amount of strength already developed in your muscles to be able to really pull this off effectively, because you don't want to be all fatigued after you do that strength move. You want to have enough potential in your muscles and to allow for that buildup of even more potential to then pull off a real powerful set of movements when you do your powerful exercises. So in another video, I'm going to show you how you can do this method of training using the resistance tubes.